Yeah. Ah, yeah. No, that sounds like. I mean, when you have anything at your desk when you're playing games, like I'm sure you're likely to consume it. So if it's a soda, it's like the same thing, you know. It's like if it, and oh, the number one, like popcorn and chips. Like if this was,
I love the Skinny Pop. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan too. That's a good call. Skinny Pop is nice. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Now you mentioned like some of the games you've played, and a lot of good ones like community games, you know, Jackbox and a bunch of other ones I think that you mentioned, but
I'm getting yelled at.
You're getting yelled at already?
Because I'm modding, and she knows that I'm on with you in a couple minutes, and she said, "You're supposed to be gone." Oh. I said, "I am." Shush. So I'm keeping an eye on Almost Maddie. She's one of my channels I mod for.
Oh, I love it.
But I'm gonna pop out once we go live.
Okay. Hey, that's like kind of an underrated part of your personality. You have definitely been modding some pretty cool channels. Like I saw you modding another channel. We could name it. I think. I mean, how's the modding experience going for you?
It's going pretty good. Like I'm learning how to be a good mod, and I'm really into community and supporting each other and succeeding together.
Yep.
And lifting up the people that you believe in. And all the channels that I mod for are people that I like fiercely believe in.
It's great. Yeah. So. Now I can tell when you are passionate about given channels. Like it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I think it's kind of, yeah, you definitely have some very, very good taste in music channels, because we wind up on the same ones a lot. I've noticed that. Like it's pretty interesting how we've run into each other as we go through different shows and everything. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Is that a hash brown sandwich?
I think that's
Lord, that looks delicious.
That was in Monte Cristo apparently, but it does look like hash browns from that distance, right? Like I think I'd try it, wouldn't you? Like if you did hash browns and maybe like you had eggs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth a shot.
Oh yeah.
Future sandwich of the week. Like
I see that pot roast sandwich. Oh my god.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then
so I really stepped up my game today.
I heard.
I hope you brought a contender.
I think I did.
I didn't go for the French dip.
Oh, okay. No worries. You're good there. But I know you're gonna have a really capable contender regardless. Like it sounds. In fact, I was nervous. Like I was actually like, oh man, I better make sure this is a good sandwich for Steggy, because Steggy's gonna bring it and then some. That is pretty phenomenal. Oh man, I forgot to charge my iPad, so I guess we're just gonna go into this dry for a bit. All right, no worries. Well, I'm gonna have to bring in my charger. Steggy, hang on just a second, like literally like 2 seconds. Like I just have to reach over.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Good.
All right. Okay, I'm back. All right. Well, as far as when we do the sandwiches, we can just it'll be within the first 20 minutes. So that the good news is the sandwiches will not go too cold for too long. So I'm very excited about that. Let's start.
Yeah, I was a little busy, so I made mine ahead of time.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, same here. I have mine too. It's ready to go. And let's do this. All right, so folks, no music to start the show because my iPad is dead, so we'll have to recharge it. But welcome back to the Sandwich Show, everybody. It's so nice to see you all here. I'm Davy. I'm the host of. I will be your host this evening for our incredible interview and the latest in our series of Sandwich Show content creators. And we're very excited to bring on a good friend of ours. We've seen him on the channel numerous times, and we've been on together for a New Tune Showcase as well. Let's bring on singer-songwriter and guitarist, Steggy Music. Steggy, welcome to the show. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, it's going pretty good. How are you doing, baby?
Doing well. Welcome in. It's nice to get to chat with you tonight. Yeah, we were just talking about sandwich game. We talked a lot about the sandwich. Like, we talked about a lot what we were gonna make, and now I'm like really excited about it. So, of those of you who are from Steggy's community, it's nice to meet you all. This is what we do every week. We feature somebody from Twitch or other content or on other content platforms. It is a good time, and we would love to have you interact with us tonight. We have some point redeems for you that you can use to spice up the show, or you can ask us questions later in the program if you've ever wanted to know something about Steggy music that you have not known yet. And I do realize that you all have some pretty good conversations on stream too. So, welcome.
Yeah. You can ask me anything, except that one thing. Don't you dare ask that.
Everybody's got that though, so you're good. I mean, yeah, just honor the one thing. Don't ask the one thing. You're gonna be all right. So welcome, friends. Nice to see you all here. Yeah, I mean, and it was nice to see you on stream last night. It was good to get back in the groove, and the streaming thing sounds like a really good thing. I mean, I've always asked that as we get people to join in on in the community. Hey, Charlie, what's good to see you. Hey, Brett, what's good to see you too. Welcome in, Brett. Shout out Breddington. People are slowly filing in, finding their seats. So welcome in, friends. But yeah, so we often ask the question, how did you find Twitch? But I think tonight I'm going to flip the question on the chat. How did you find Steggy? We'd love to hear your thoughts on how you found Steggy in the community. It's a pretty cool story. So, we know you've been on not that long. I'm trying to remember exactly how long. Has it been 6 months, or has it even been less than 6 months?
It's been a little longer than 6 months.
Okay.
It was definitely this year. So I joined Twitch in March as a viewer. And if you look up my account age, it's much, much older. But that's a story for another time. It lay abandoned for over a decade.
Wow.
And I got back on here because I heard that people were doing music on Twitch. Mm-hmm. And then it changed my life, honestly. It reinvigorated my love for music and my drive for what I was doing.
Yep.
It gave me fresh perspective on what was out there and what was capable in the scene. And it gave me an outlet for something that I've had pent up in me for a long time.
Yeah, I vibe with that. I think that is really cool. Like that it's kind of given you and it happened to all of us. Like when we started, even as just viewers, we felt the same. Like we just saw fresh perspectives, fresh takes, fresh ideas. And when you talk, what kind of music have you learned? Have you gotten into specifically because of people who are on Twitch? Like I think this platform's introduced me to a lot of new artists, and I imagine it has you yourself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can tell you, for instance, I didn't even know what ambient music was. Mm-hmm. But then I came in and I met Heyman Music and the Missing Note and Lisa Cuthbert, and these people are just opening me up to a whole different side of music I didn't know that I would be able to appreciate. Mostly I grew up on 80s prog rock stuff, and then I went to old folk in the 60s and stuff like that. So just instrumental ambient style music is not a thing that I really considered listening to until Twitch. And the same goes with Icy Music has opened me up to R&B when it's not a genre that I really delved into much. But I met her and I fell in love with her music, and then I met people like I Am Maney and his music, and it's great. So it's really given me the chance to become more well-rounded in my musical tastes since I got to Twitch.
It's really cool to see that. I really do think that's a great place to be. And then as you mentioned some really good names in there. Give me just a second. I'm just going to adjust the thing over here because you went off sync, but I think I know why. So we'll just take just a second. Okay, that should probably fix it. But yeah, and so was there a specific moment that inspired you to do a stream yourself? Like, was that mentioned you started as a viewer, but was there a specific incident, or was there a specific show or a specific person that said, you know what, I can do this too?
It was not just any specific one, but I can tell you, like, some of the big ones were Jory Avner and Kuyasai and Heyman Music all pushed me to start streaming when they found out that I was a musician. And they were hugely supportive of getting me started. And it's actually those three communities in particular that launched me into affiliate within my first week and got me slingshotted into the scene. Without them, I would still be playing to 10 people probably.
Wow, no kidding. Wow. Well, that's awesome. I mean, it's great that they raised their awareness. I will say, I think I remember finding someone else mentioning your channel, and I think that's how I found you too. It is really cool. I'm grateful for that. I think that's what the platform needs a little more of. I think we need more people kind of getting the word out, and I think that's why I'm happy to do what I do. And that's why Vibing, you were on Vibing show recently. Azza does a show. Did you end up going on another show like recently as well?
No, we had one scheduled, but something came up and we had to reschedule. So we're going to push for sometime in January.
Okay. Well, that's pretty.
I'm really excited to be on Azza's show.
Yeah. I was on Azza's show too. He's a very cozy vibes over at Azza's channel. Charlie's music community is great and supportive. Yeah. In a lot of ways, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I mentioned a week ago when we had the E-flat on how seeing all of you do your thing on your various channels gives me a greater appreciation for live music altogether. Like now, when I go and I see people, by the bus station or the train station playing songs and stuff, I'm like, man, I totally see like the journey of that now. Like you can see, oh, these guys are cool people, but on the inside too, they must have their own playlists and everything, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of a neat little vibe there. And so you do the thing at night. It seems like a really fun time. It seems like you have a really good community, which again, that's also really that's really cool that came together really as well. You've got some regulars. I mean, are you surprised things have developed for you this quickly?
I'm completely flabbergasted, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
When I started writing music, I didn't know if it was any good. And sometimes I still don't know. But it seems like people are enjoying what I'm doing, and it gives me a real sense of fulfillment. And I'm glad that I have a lot of people out there that are coming to every stream and that like genuinely enjoy to hear me play, because that's like my sole purpose to be on the planet.
Ah, I love it. I mean, and that's I think the perspective of that is really great. I know that there's always the excitement of being noticed, like being famous, getting people to see to watch what you do, even if it's not a huge crowd, like a constant crowd.
Well, I think more than being famous, it's just everybody wants to be seen.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Like, how would you compare your visibility doing that versus what you could be like when you look at social media? That's sort of a similar construct, but it's not live. It's mostly pre-recorded. Like, do you feel like those are different paradigms?
They are. I don't understand them. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do YouTube. I was really bad at it. You can see I have some YouTube videos up. They're not very good.
Gotcha.
Really, like my approach to music and the things that I'm passionate about in music are really live music and living music. It's always different every time you play it because you feel different every time you play it. And I think that's important to keeping music alive. Studio takes are great, but that's not where my passion for music lies.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't have anything on Spotify yet.
Oh, understandable. Yeah.
Because I just can't get around to recording. I can't get those takes that I'm happy with.
It's kind of funny to think about that. Like when you pre-record narration, it's the same way. Like you feel like you have to keep doing it over and over to get it right. But if you're just going at it, if you're just playing, it just seems to come naturally. And I feel that. Like when I'm on your channel, like I feel the same kind of, it's a very organic experience, I've noticed. Like, you know, like this.
Exactly. I love that about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really cool. Let me go see if I can get your audio synchronized somehow. I have not succeeded in that area yet. One sec. Let me see if this is better. Okay. How is that?
Hello.
No, that sync is way. Okay. It might be my fault though. Let me jump out of the call. I'll come right back to you. Oh, hey, Steven, how's it going? Hang tight, Steggy. I'll be right back. I'll see you in just a second. I think I know what's going on. Let me just go smooth over here. Okay, so we're just gonna go. I'm just going to get out of the. I'm not gonna end it. I just want to leave the call. Oh, it doesn't. I don't want to do that. How do I leave it? Okay, let me see if I can fix it this way. Sorry, everybody. It's just that there's a really, really big synchronization issue at the moment, so I don't know why. Maybe if I mute and unmute, that'll fix it. Okay, let's go back. Steggy, welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. Uh-oh. Did I miss? Did I do something wrong?
Hello?
Oh, there I am. Hi.
You muted my mic.
I did, but Did I? Okay. Are you back?
I had to unmute it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but the synchronization issue is still there. So I might have to let's go rejoin the stream together. I'll be right back, and then hopefully I'll see you there too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, send me another invite.
Okay, sounds good. I'll see you there. Oh man, so sorry everybody. Let me go. We'll figure this out. Gonna end the thing. The guest star's gotten a little buggy since they've made the update to streaming together. So let me go ahead and just quickly reconnect Steggy and myself, and we'll get back to business shortly. That was weird. I don't know why that's a problem. Okay, we'll try this again. I wonder if I just output this back where it was, it might be better. Let me just see if this works. So microphone here. Speakers will go back where I was, but then I'm hoping. I think that'll work. I'm going to try that. So we're going to go line. Okay, so I'm going to go re-invite Steggy. And we'll see how it goes. Dark, welcome in. Nice to see you. Can we give our friends mods, let me go give Dark a... What is good, Dark? Hope you're well. Hope your shows are going well. Same for you, Steeman. Frieden Friend says, hey there, long time, first time. As a streamer, I am super curious how much latency there is between you when you're streamed together. Well, I guess it's a lot right now, unfortunately. That was honestly really unfortunate. Usually it had been really good until I've tried this version of Stream Together. When it was just guest star, latency was not an issue at all. It was actually pretty good. But when you chat with people, it's actually very close to like what it's like. Oh, Steggy, welcome back. Let me push you back on stream. And away we go. There we go. Hello.
All right.
Yes.
How's it?
Yes. And you're synchronized. That's much better. Okay, great. Oh, what a relief.
So, just a disclaimer. I have been having net issues lately, but it looks like it's stable right now.
Okay.
So, it is possible that it could be me.
Okay. Well, let's take this moment while we were all synchronized and everything to have a sandwich. So let me bring everybody in. So basically, the way this works is we will... Oh my god, we got a raid! Mildly aggressive folk, so good to see you again.
Folk.
What up? Iocane, great to see you too.
Hey, Iocane.
Steam and Jewel. Ucola, I have been raided, I can see. Waltzy Tunes, great to see you too. What's up? So many good friends of ours in the chat all of a sudden. Welcome in, friends. Let me go bring y'all in. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness, it's so good to see everybody. Thank you for the follow. I predict a riot. I predict a riot. I love it. And not only that, folks, you are not only here to see our friend Steggy music, you're here to see the... You've come in at a good time. It's time for Sandwich of the Week, everybody. Welcome in. I'm Davy, by the way. I am a variety streamer based in Los Angeles, and each week we do an interview show called The Sandwich Show. And on The Sandwich Show, we have Sandwiches of the Week. And our guest tonight is Steggy Music, who is an acoustic guitarist here in the United States. And I am so excited. And thank you for the follow, Ucola and Jewel1110. Mildly Aggressive Full, thank you so much for the follow. Can we please... and I can say Steggy friggin' rocks. He does indeed, for sure, especially with the vocals. Oh my goodness! But Mildly Aggressive Folk, thank you so much for the raid, and folks, please give our friends a follow. Mildly Aggressive Folk are a really cool folk act, based also in the U.S. I believe. So it's nice to see you again, everybody. Steggy, let's give it to you for your Sandwich of the Week. I'm very excited. There's been a lot of build up, my friends. Steggy has been known as a culinary, very good with the culinary things. So, Steggy, let's see what you got.
All right. Today I am sporting a roast beef with mushrooms and Swiss and Gruyere with a chipotle mayo.
Ooh. Oh, that looks so good. Fancy. Like a cheesesteak, almost like a cheesesteak. Pretty close.
Yeah, it's like a cheesesteak.
Yeah, not too shabby. I can say Steggy Cam. Oh yes, Ice Kane says they're out of Atlanta. Oh great, super cool. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking too. So, Freedom and friends, thank you for your kind comment, by the way, as well. And it was a good. I appreciate your question as well. Let me show you what I got tonight. It is the. All right, folks. So I said we got to do this up for Steggy. So yeah, I also have a roast beef sandwich on. Toasted.
Oh, there you go.
This looks good. We got the lettuce, we got the cheese, we got the horseradish dressing. This is London broil.
Nice.
Yeah. Got the potato chips.
That looks really good.
Yeah, yours looks really good too. Enjoy, my friend. That looks really good. Yeah, fancy lettuce, Steeman. Absolutely. Steven says, in my view, Steggy holds the record for fastest guitar string change on a live stream. I'm impressed by that. I can't believe that you can do that in the stream. That's impressive. You don't do a BRB stream or anything. You just like whoop, just puts it out there. It's pretty good.
Oh, that comes from years of breaking strings.
I guess that's the other side
I've been breaking strings since I was old enough to walk.
I hear that. Kane says, man, I love roast beef sandwich, but I'm going to have to give it to Steggy on this one. You know, Steggy's sandwich, if we can take a look at that again, like that was definitely top tier. Top tier for sure. Let's go look. Oh, look at that. I know
the camera's not as good as yours, Davey, but hold on. Look at that. The mirror.
But the beef is. That looks amazing.
There we go. Yeah.
Ooh. What kind of cheese is that again? Mozzarella?
It's nice. It's a Swiss Gruyere mix.
Oh my goodness. That is a heck of a choice. I thank you for the subscription with Prime. Thank you, Mike. That's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Steven says, I'm so old I broke 2 strings once and it was uphill both ways. It's so funny. Yeah.
Back in my day, strings cost a nickel.
They probably did, actually. For all of them. For like all the strings. So I'm going to ask a question in the chat, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Normally we ask the guest, how did they find Twitch? But this time I would be interested in asking the question for all of you. How did you find Steggy Music? We'd love to hear your responses, and we'd be glad to go through them. Really good. Enjoy your sandwich, Steggy. That looks so good. I can't wait to try mine. Oh my gosh. Not just a potato chip. I didn't even eat the sandwich yet. Okay.
All right, we got a christen. Oh, it's large. I may have overdone it here, Davey.
Oh man, that looks great. That looks so good. I says Twitch music communities overlap so much. That's how I find everyone.
I came prepared.
Oh, there we go. Now that is a wise decision. Yeah, I got like a few of them, but not quite the extent. Okay, let's see some additional responses. Chumanio found him through a Risky Biscuit Band raid. You know?
Oh, yeah, the Biscuit Boys. Good folks.
That is 100%. 100%. Completely agree. Good people. Really, really talented people. That was a huge honor. I'm glad you... I'm happy. I'm so happy for you there. Smarticus, good to see you tonight. Welcome in. Nice to see you here on this channel. Recommended to me by several Twitch music friends and probably first joined via a raid a while back. That's phenomenal. It's a good mark. It's got to be a good feeling to know that you're getting people to raid over. It must be.
That just goes to show you the importance of raiding in the community growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I can't tell you, like, I've found maybe 10 people on my own, and I found over 50 through raids that I've fallen in love with.
Yeah, it's a great point. I'm pretty sure a lot of the people I've like most loyal to, I found them through raids too. Like Human Juke 81 is like a guy that I first discovered via a raid. If not for the raid, I may never have gotten there.
This sandwich is a mission.
It looks good. I mean
it's huge.
Yeah, it definitely. Well, this one's like the size of my face.
Yeah.
I got a pretty big one too. But I really, that looks tasty. So tasty. And sometimes, like with a sandwich like that, you don't want to overdo it with like sauces and vegetables because like you're just getting in the way of the good stuff, you know. But let's see more. Okay, so Steven says, I think I first found Steggy from a raid. Perhaps it was October Ember Music. That's super cool.
Yeah, it's probably October Ember has been a really good friend of mine, channel wise, and I'd like to become really good friends with them. They live close by. I'd like to go see them at some point.
Oh yeah, they do.
I say close by, but that means like in the grand scheme of America,
right?
3 hours away is close by.
I mean, that is driving distance to me sounds really attainable, right? Like, I would totally do that. Like, make a trip of it. Like, if they're around a fairly large town, make a trip of it. It's been done. Yeah. Okay, so Risky Biscuit. Oh, Iocane says Risky Biscuit. Oh, can we get a shout for Iocane Powder too? Yeah, give our friend a follow. I was doing some cool things on stream too. Risky Biscuit is how Mildly Aggressive Folk got started as their bassist spread the gospel of Twitch.tv. Oh yeah, wait. Are we talking about Shad who started the or is it, or do I have it backwards? But that's pretty cool. Yeah, Rashad. Yeah. Rashad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so Rashad is the bassist for Risky Biscuit band, and that's really important. Like we were talking about. Like, it's important to see people get the word out because sometimes people don't really know. This gets brought up many times, but people do not typically associate Twitch with music.
Spartacus.
Yeah, and Spartacus says, here's what I love about Steggy streams. I can jump in at any point and be instantly entertained and impressed by his performance regardless of the song. Dude has a real gift. Yeah. Big time. What are we gonna get? Oh yeah, so Spartacus, we were just getting into how organic the sound is of Steggy streams before the raid. And I think that's definitely something that's important. Like, it's not a given that just by playing music on Twitch, you're going to have that kind of connection to the music that people who watch it would. And I guess my question is, how do you attribute I don't know. What's the word I would use here? The authenticity of your sound. Like, is it just simply coming from the heart? Is there anything particular you would cite as to what makes it such an authentic sound?
So I think the way I approach music is the way like an actor would approach a role. When I'm playing a song, like, I really like think about the emotion that song embodies, and I try and put myself in there. So, you know, when I'm singing a song about, you know, like when I'm singing Like a Stone, for instance, you know, I'm thinking about what it feels like to have that desolate hopelessness running through you. And then, you know, when I'm singing about like Wiki Game, I'm thinking about how it would feel to, you know, be in love with somebody like madly that's
like a not gonna happen, or for any song for that instance. I just try and grab that emotion the same way an actor would and live the song there in front of people.
That's a pretty good talent to have, because you can know what those emotions are, but to translate them into your music, I feel like that's a feel thing. And in some ways it would be a gift, but I'm sure, I imagine you have methods to getting to that point. Like you said, you're trying to kind of put yourself, like, almost like you're like the method acting, very similar, like what you were saying, like method singing. Like, kind of put yourself in that person's shoes. And that's really good when you're talking about doing cover songs. And I do feel that. Like, I've noticed, like, a lot of the covers have really had that power in them. And it's cool. That is really cool. Oh, here, look who's here. Phoenix is here. What's up, Phoenix?
Fee is in the chat.
What up? Nice to see you all here. Thank you so much for your comments so far tonight, everybody. It is pretty cool. He says, Phoenix says, AAU. Nice. Oh, man. That's really great. We've talked, I know when you were on with Vibing, you mentioned some of your inspirations for what you do musically. Just to recap a little bit of that, like, who are some of the people that inspire the style of music that you play as original music?
Oh, where do I start? Led Zeppelin is probably one of my biggest influences.
Mm-hmm.
Just because before I was doing this, I was in a Led Zeppelin tribute band, so I just delved into the psyche of the band for the longest time. Some of my biggest influences besides them would be like Crosby, Stills and Nash, like Jim Croce, folk stuff like that is probably what informs the most on my writing style.
I think that makes sense. That really does track, because I mean, the acoustic vibes you have really work really well with Crosby, Stills and Nash. I mean, now obviously both bands have been known for electric guitar too, but I think the depth of what they can do, you can make a soft song and a hard song both rock really hard. I mean, I'm sorry, I should be more specific. You can make an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar rock out, and your ability to do that with basically strings and no significant amplification, definitely something to hang your hat on.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but that sounds pretty good. I mean, when you do try to write something out of the box, like what is that? Is that something you would do from time to time, where you would just kind of step out of that zone and try? Let's try to change it up. Yeah, change it up. But let's go in a different direction in terms of style.
Yeah, I have about 20 songs like that are sitting in a box somewhere unfinished.
Okay. That's cool. I'm with it. I'm down with it. I mean, it is really, 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 it really sounds good, because, like, pretty much every original song I've heard on your channel so far, it's like something that you could slide into the playlist with the signature classic rock hits, and it just sounds like it's right there with everything else. So you certainly learned the styles of, like, what everybody does really well. I don't think we talked about Yes yet, but Yes seems like and Genesis.
Yes.
Yes is good. Yes is.
I freaking love Yes.
Let's dive a little bit into some of these bands. Like, Yes is first of all, like, their first, like, 5 albums have been fantastic. Would you even have favorites? Like, it's, like, tough to pick one. Like,
Close to the Edge.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Close to the Edge is good. I think I have it. I have it on vinyl somewhere.
If it's not Close to the Edge, it's the Yes album.
Mm-hmm.
The one with Starship Trooper.
Oh, okay.
So good. I love Starship Trooper.
These are great. These are great calls. Yeah, and they kept it going for a while too. Like, I actually like the '80s. Yes, I'm not sure if everybody does, but it's not as bad as people think it is. No,
Trevor was all right, I guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a Steve Howe fan all the way.
For sure. No, I feel. I mean, Steve Howe is iconic. Obviously, I mean, I certainly won't argue that. But yeah, I mean, that's when you move on from a core member like that, certainly it'll be different. But yeah, you can still enjoy it. Yeah, and then we mentioned Genesis. Okay, so would you say you're a Phil fan or a Phil guy or a Peter guy, or are you just kind of like good for both of them?
I love it all. I love everything from the Trespass. I love everything from Trespass to We Can't Dance. I don't really like the first album, and I don't really like the last album. But everything in between, I'm a diehard huge fan of. Every single album.
That's definitely a fan because like We Can't Dance is like 1990 almost. Like it's like
that came out when I was alive.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I was alive too. I remember it too. Yeah,
I remember going to the record store and we bought the cassette tape the day it came out.
Oh,
I remember making that purchase.
You know, it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, I do have to give it Genesis and maybe Phil specifically a lot of credit for changing the sound as like the music changed. Like in the early '80s, he kind of did that. Mid '80s, sort of kind of did that with Invisible Touch, and then again, kind of bring it into the '90s with like the different kind of beats and everything on I Can't Dance. Like that was definitely a modern song of the time too. Really good stuff.
That's true, but Peter Gabriel also pushed the limits. You know, Peter Gabriel and Tony Banks writing Selling Them by the Pound was groundbreaking for the genre at the time.
Absolutely. And Peter's solo work really speaks for itself on that front. Like it was cutting edge in so many ways. Like, did you know the story about like how Peter Gabriel was the one who basically inspired Phil Collins' famous gated drum effect? Like basically.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a great story.
Phil Collins actually did it on a Peter Gabriel song.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can't remember which one it was though. I've heard the story though. Yeah.
I don't know what the song was either, but I know about when it happened. It was like the Melt album. When Peter Gabriel albums come out, they have no actual titles. They just have like cover art. So I think it was the Melt album. So the one that came out around 1979. So,
yeah.
Was it? It's not games people. It's not Games Without Frontiers, is it? I don't think that's it. I think it was maybe earlier than that, or maybe it was the same album but a different song. But
I can't remember. I don't follow Peter's solo work as well as I should.
Okay.
I follow Phil's solo work a lot more.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah.
Except for After Testify, I didn't like the later albums. There's nothing wrong with them. They just didn't grab me.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, this is just all to say, like Peter Gabriel's really kind of set the tone for how music would sound in the '80s, like in a big way, and did it again with So and Sledgehammer, In Your Eyes. Like it's really an incredible career. I think they're about to stop touring. I know that Phil Collins is about to hang it up pretty soon from the touring standpoint, but I did see that Gabriel's on tour. And
I thought he already hung it up. I know that he played his last show with Genesis. I thought it was his last show ever.
I think he
was in a wheelchair on stage.
Yeah, it was. I heard it's a pretty poignant visual, but also kind of like just a neat like way to bring things full circle in some ways. But yeah. No, I think Phil's done. I think Phil is that is it for Phil Collins on tour. So I think Gabriel might be touring a little bit still because I did see like some Instagram posts about it. Peter's multimedia work gets glossed over. Sledgehammer changed MTV. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The music video for Sledgehammer was just groundbreaking. I really loved it. All the little stop motion things.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
I was surprised that there were not as many computer graphics as I remembered. Like I watched it like a year ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like no computers in this. Like I was shocked. I'm like, the stop motion stuff was pretty wicked, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know how he did it. Like it's revolutionary for sure. Yeah. What would be your favorite? Let's see, because like you go all the way back to like Salisbury Hill and moving on along. Like, are there any particular favorite songs that stand out as far as Peter Gabriel's career?
The Flood.
Oh, The Flood's good. Is that the one that goes, I wish it would rain, or is that Peter? Is that Phil Collins?
That's Phil Collins. The Flood is when the flood comes, you have no homes, you have no walls. The that he does with just the piano, right in your core, just grabs you. It's really moving.
Yeah, he was really great at that. Yeah,
that's the first time that I heard that, it just jaw dropped that you could have that emotion, that powerful emotion, just hit you like that.
Yeah. Whenabouts was that? Was that like mid 80s or 70s?
I think it was the mid 80s when that came out. The version that I heard was on a best of.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know when it was actually recorded.
Okay.
Or what show it was from. It was a live one too.
Oh, okay. Wow, live rendition. That must have been pretty cool.
Yeah. It's because I heard the original after the fact, and the original does not stack up to the live version. Like, it's once you've heard the live version, there's no going back because it's so much more emotional than the studio version.
Yeah, this is an interesting take because, like, I subscribe to it in a big way. I think that live performances can bring out the best in your music in a lot of cases, and
oh yeah,
there are people who think that it's actually redundant. I don't believe that. I feel like Billy Joel's actually another good example of this. Like, Billy Joel's live versions of songs have often been better than the studio versions, and I don't need to tell you about Cheap Trick live at Budokan. Like everything they did on that was like absurdly good. Like,
I think it actually is up to what kind of artist you are.
Right.
Because I've talked about this with one of my friends in length. Like, Rush would go on stage and they would try and perform everything the same way every time. So when you go to a Rush show, it's like hearing the album again, which is fine if that's what you want. But I'd rather go to a Zeppelin show where you get a 30-minute version of Dazed and Confused.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the kind of music I live for.
I think this is a very interesting dynamic of watching live music, is that you find out about the who can make the most out of that most out of the live stage. You're right. I've been to some shows. I can't cite any specific bands, but they tend to want to just like mirror what they do in the studio cut, which is fine. But
yeah, exactly. If that's what your audience likes and that's what you like to do, that's fine if that works for you. I like living music a lot more than that, though. You know,
yeah, 100%.
I want it to be different.
Yeah. Can you cite off the top of your head some of the greatest live shows you can think of, like either on video or?
Queen at Montreal.
Wow.
Zeppelin at Madison. Zeppelin at Royal Albert Hall. Live in Pompeii, if you count that. There was no audience, so I don't know. It's just...
That's a good one. We're here's our sandwiches, Jamie. I'll give you a close up of mine. Roast beef tonight on cheddar with it's hard to see the cheddar, but toasted sourdough. And we're almost at Steggy Music. It's good to see you. What's up, Jamie? Steven says, anyone who thinks live music is repetitive as studio work needs to listen to Dire Straits' Sultan of Swing live at Alchemy. Also on, I'm assuming that's YouTube. Holy smokes, it buries the studio version. Yeah, completely valid.
Absolutely.
Valid. That's great, though. Yeah. Now, what are some of the greatest shows you've seen in person, like in your lifetime?
I have not seen a lot of shows in person.
Mm-hmm.
Just through means and the times and who I like.
Right.
Most of the acts that I like have either passed their apex by the time I was able to see them, or, you know, just aren't touring anymore. And so I got the chance to see the Doobie Brothers when I was really young, mm-hmm. and not really old enough to appreciate their music. And I saw a triple threat, Leonard Skinner, Deep Purple, and Ted Nugent, and that was a good show. I've seen Rush a few times with that friend I was talking to you about.
Right. And
actually, one of the best concerts I went to was a Wolfmother concert when they were first getting started.
Ooh.
Before the first core broke up, and the band took a hard left, in my opinion. But you know, that was a really good show.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think you got some pretty good examples there. Yeah, but Those shows are expensive.
I almost got to see Yes.
Ooh.
But John Anderson was sick.
Oh,
and he had to reschedule. And when he rescheduled, I was actually out of town. I was in Colorado at the time. So I did not get to see them.
Bummer. With John Anderson, that would have been really, really good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah?
When he still had like really strong voice. He still has a strong voice, but you know, back then it was still really strong.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. But that's still pretty cool. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to find the things, stars and planets aligning to find a great show. Sometimes you find the artist you want to see, and it just winds up not being that good, and you're just like, damn, like that's a bummer. Like, I've had it the other way. You ever wanted to see?
All right, Davey.
Oh,
I'm gonna need a bathroom break.
Okay, right on. We'll go back over here. So back to Steggy Music momentarily. So let me just quickly monitor everything in the chat. I guess I could actually use this time to tell that story. So I went to the county fair, and I saw Roger Daltrey in concert. I was like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't what he was certainly not in his prime at all, and it was just kind of like, I mean, I'm not gonna say half-assing it, but definitely not on the same level of the Who were in their prime at all. But it was a lot of like the people who were doing the tour with them. But it was fine. Like it checked all the boxes, and they had to cut it short because of the curfew rules at the time for county fair type concerts, you know, because they're in the middle of a neighborhood and everything. So that's sort of my story. What are some of your favorite concert experiences, friends? Like, if you've got them in the chat, go ahead and throw them in. Love to hear your thoughts as well, and we'll take your comments as we go through the rest of the evening. By the way, we're going to get into random questions shortly, as we get into our second hour. So, Steggy's back with us. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, I was just basically while you were gone, I was just telling the story about seeing Roger Daltrey pass his prime, and it's still trying to go without without a shirt on and stuff, and it's like the guy was like in his 70s, and that was a lot, but it was all right. I mean, it was still like some of the great songs were still in there, so it was fun.
Reliving the heyday.
Yeah. Well, one of them was. But yeah, good times. Yeah, but it's kind of neat. So, like, some of the things that you do off the clock, including gaming. You mentioned that you do Jackbox too. Like, you play with family, you play with friends. Yeah. Good times. Like,
we do the Jackbox.
Yeah. And Jackbox has so many different types of games now. Like, you have like the murder mystery games. You have like you have the who said it, who said what. You have the drawing type games. Like, which flavor of Jackbox kind of is your bag? Like, what would you get into most within the platform?
Okay, so I love the robot rap battle, but nobody else wants to play that with me. So we end up playing the Murder Mystery Trivia 2 on 6. That's a favorite. Everybody likes Earwax. Fibbage 2. And Quiplash is good. Drawful. And the trivia on the Pack 5. I can't remember which one it is. It's like standard You Don't Know Jack trivia for 4 players.
Like
all good ones. And Blather Round on 7. Blather Round's a classic.
I love that you even have broken it down by like which pack has which. Like that's a true fan. That's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
So you must have been around when it came out in the beginning, like like the original You Don't Know Jack, like many years ago. Like,
okay, so like I have played You Don't Know Jack when it was the little like thing that you bought at the toy store and you fed the cards into it, and then when they made it into a video game, I didn't follow it right away. I didn't know about it until it got to like Pack 5. So when it got to Pack 5, I bought all the packs up until 5. And then I've been grabbing them as they've come out, you know.
Yep. Do they have some of the original packs like from the pre-internet days In like the Jackbox game? Like, are they in there too?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think maybe some of the trivia questions might be in the standard trivia game. And some of the old, like, fake product, like hat tips are still there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all revamped, it's all refreshed with new voiceovers, new content.
No, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Let me see if I got enough juice to do this. I think I do. Got just enough battery to bring us in, because friends, now we have for you an opportunity for you to ask questions of us, and the way we'll do it. First, I'm gonna get my iPad back. Give me just a second here. There we go. Okay, so ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, it is now time for our segment where any of you get to ask our friend Steggy about anything in what we call America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions. Great stuff. Ask us anything.
All right, let's do it. Ask anything of our friend Steggy. The way you do it, exclamation point question followed by the question itself. Give us a moment to open the queue. I'll give you the signal in just a moment. And it's slow. Why is it this slow? That's unusual. Let me see. Boy, that took a while.
Looks like I've frozen again.
Uh-oh. Maybe it'll unfreeze. 1 second.
Are we good?
I can't tell. Let me just go ahead and open the queue first.
Okay.
I'll let you know in a second. I think you're unfrozen. Yeah, you should be good now.
Is the audio still synced up pretty good?
Yes, the audio's still good. That's big. That's
Okay.
big. Okay. So, queue's open. So, anyone in our chat, if you'd like to ask a question of Steggy, exclamation point question followed by your question. We would love to hear from you tonight. And you can truly ask about anything within reason. And as we mentioned, except for that thing. It's not that thing. That's the only thing you can't do.
Don't ask that one thing.
Not that one thing. Dareth12300, thank you so much for the follow. So nice to have you with us tonight. And I do want to remind everybody, stay tuned. We will be waiting over to Steggy after the stream tonight. So I'll stay on for a few extra minutes so that we can catch up on chat, and I'll get into all the other things.
I just saw Steeman's question. What is Jackbox? Jackbox is a collection of games, little mini games that you can play, and you use your phone through a web browser. To dial in as the controller. They're like party games. You can check them out on Steam or Epic Game Store if you go that way. I don't. I'm a diehard Steam fan, and I will fight you over it.
So am I. So I'm all about it. Yeah. And one of the things about Jackbox is that it tends to situate an environment where people want to create the most inappropriate responses to questions.
Absolutely, which is why I don't play it live.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Imagine you were trying to do that with people you didn't even know. That would get crazy. That would get crazy. So I totally am with you on that. Let's see. So yeah, get those questions in. We'd love to take your question tonight. You can ask about anything. I figured. What's up, Jerry? Phonic Photon. What up?
I've drawn my fair share of inappropriate images. It happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we don't need to get into specifics, Jerry. We're good. You're good. We don't need to get into specifics. Okay. So, anyway, questions. Let's see. I got a question for you. Let me go with a classic question, which is so my question is: pancakes, waffles, French toast, or crepes?
Tough. Either pancakes or French toast. I don't really go for crepes. It's all fluff and no substance for me. And waffles, I don't have a waffle maker, so it's a pain in the ass. But I make a mean French toast, and I make a meaner pancake.
I think I'm gonna break the tie with the meaner pancake. We're gonna go. Do you put anything specific in it, or is it just a good old fashioned buttermilk pancake?
It's. I don't even use buttermilk. I use vanilla and almond extract in my pancakes.
Ooh.
With a little cinnamon. a dash of nutmegs.
Yes.
Just a little tiny dash.
Yes. I love where this is going. The vanilla and the nutmeg is really doing it for me. This is really great. Butter or no butter?
Oh, butter.
Yeah.
Butter's more important than the syrup.
Respect. I can vibe with that. So we got one more for pancakes. The pancake team is moving up. Let's go. I'm surprised it's only been chosen 15 times. I feel like a lot of people I talk to are big pancake people, including me. I'm pancakes. I'm team pancakes too. So I'm all about it. Yeah. So welcome in, Stuart. Hey, good to see you. Jamie says,
I love how crepes isn't even on the list.
No, it's not. In fact, if you, it's not worthy of being in there with the rest of them. But if we select,
take your boozy French dish and get out of here.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, good times. And shout out to Photic Photon. Welcome. It's good to see you. Photic Photon is often showing some of the things that he's taken photographically on stream. So give it our friend a follow and catch the French toast is. Well, I think
I will.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the follow on Jerry, our good friend. And Jerry has a question for us too. Okay, here we go. The question is breakfast food or dinner food or lunch?
Breakfast.
That's important.
I eat breakfast for lunch every day because I wake up too late for breakfast. So my lunch is my breakfast, and then I make dinner.
I dig it. Ohio, what's up? Ohio, IT. Pump it up. Good to see you. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Nice to see you, Ohio. I hope you're well.
Hey, Ohio.
Steven says, crepes with lemon, butter, and sugar. So good. You'll get the beatus, but you'll die happy. I like crepes every now and again, so I'm down with them. I'm down with that, Steven. Yeah. You know what, though? I think crepes with the savory crepes actually have a lot of potential. Like, you may do one with, like, sausage and cheese and egg. Or maybe just sausage and cheese. Like, that sounds good. Like, I would be all about it. Ohio says, great choice with breakfast. It's great any time of the day. I have no problem. I'm with that. Like, I could eat it for dinner. I'm good, you know? Yeah.
Breakfast, brunch, and Brinner.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Oh, 100 Brinner. Yeah, I'm down with that too.
I mean, you could go din fast.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I'm a Brinner guy.
It's easier to say Brinner than din fast. Like, din...
Well, I think din fast would be like dinner for breakfast.
Well, I'm all about dinner for breakfast too. Like, you get some good leftovers, like nachos or something like that.
Just wait up and like have a slice of meatloaf when you crawl right out of bed.
I'm into it. Pizza, meatloaf. I have no boundaries.
All right, well, pizza exists outside the boundaries of meal stereotypes.
100%. 100%. There is literally no bad time for pizza.
Yeah, but like I can't get up and go have like a slice of meatloaf and some green beans in the morning. Like, that's not doing it for me.
No? Okay.
I need my eggs. Steggy needs the eggs.
Eggs are good. I mean, I'm. Oh, what's your favorite way to do eggs? How do you do eggs?
Over medium.
That's solid.
I say medium, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right when there is absolutely no runny whites, but the most runny yellow that you can get is the perfect egg for me.
Okay. So you're like in the middle, like between over medium and over easy, basically.
Yeah, there can't be any runny whites.
I can't visualize runny whites. That would be a lot.
It's gross.
That doesn't sound good at all. Like I'm not gonna lie.
But you pop the golden yellow,
mm-hmm.
and then you get it with the toast.
Yeah, that's good.
So good.
Good times. When they ask you the type of toast at a restaurant, like what are you picking? What's your toast type? What bread do you go with?
I don't know. There's so many breads.
Mm-hmm.
I think just so utility speaking, just a classic loaf of bread. Like I like Sara Lee honey wheat.
Okay.
Because it goes well with the egg. But if I was just having toast, like maybe some sort of artisanal table bread that's like been hitting the broiler till it's nice and crispy on top, and then a fresh thing of butter on top.
Pretty good. Yeah, bacon's a game changer. Like, and that's like the other end of it. Like the sister of the pancakes and waffles question is the bacon, eggs, or I don't know what, ham. I guess would be the other one. Bacon, yeah, for sure.
Bacon.
Have you
Bacon is my first, second, and third favorite food.
You wouldn't be alone. That's the thing. You wouldn't be alone. Like, I just
There's
can't.
something about it that's like bacon is chemically engineered to be intoxicating.
It goes with everything. There's nothing like you add bacon to it, it makes it worse. Like, I can't think of anything. Even chocolate. I love chocolate bacon. I think it's good. Like,
I have to try that. I've never tried that, but bacon with sweet stuff works.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. I love where we're going with this. This is very, very good. Ohio IT says an over medium egg on a burger with bacon is fantastic. Let's go. Yes,
Absolutely.
1,000%. That's. And you're like, is that a breakfast burger? I mean, if you want it to be, then...
It essentially is. If the burger was made of sausage, it would be a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
That's the only difference, is that
true.
it's made from cow instead of pig.
You know, it's interesting. Like, yeah, that is. There's definitely a lot of similarities. I don't know which one I want more. I think I want the burger more. Because it's bigger. Like, I think they're probably good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a, I don't know. The sausage gets a little spicy, and it overpowers all the other things going on in the burger.
Yeah, this is fair. This is fair because like, when it's like you can't really taste the other stuff as much when that's happening. So yeah, that's completely fair. Which is another reason why I think bacon is the winner there, because it does not take over. It's sort of like it makes. It meshes with whatever you're eating, you know, like a burger or clam chowder, you know.
Clam chowder with bacon?
Yeah, bacon and asparagus.
Sounds so good.
Oh, who says no? Well, maybe unless you just don't like asparagus, then that's reasonable.
Yeah,
but...
get your asparagus out of my bacon.
Again, that's reasonable.
Ruining perfectly good bacon.
That's reasonable. Again, reasonable. Ohio.
I think somebody else had a question.
Yes, I see it here from Steeman. The question is, what would be your dream guitar? Davy is buying. Oh my gosh. Good thing I have that. Good thing I have my Guitar Center credit account, and you get to ruin his credit. Well, let's hear it, Steggy.
I mean, do I say the 56 gold top Les Paul, because that's just, I feel like that's the easy answer. So I don't know. Maybe an ES-335. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I have a thing for hollow bodies.
Now, will that break the bank?
semi-hollows.
Am I going to have to take out a mortgage to get that for you?
Not really. I mean, we're talking like $1,000 or $2,000 at best.
Oh, gettable. Okay, we can do that in 36.
Like the gold top, that's like $50,000.
Wait, really? You should pick
Yeah,
that.
that's like a reasonable price for a gold top.
Oh my god, $50,000. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, for an old 56 original issue.
Wow. Don't break it.
Yeah. My uncle actually has a gold top.
Wow.
That he got in a Sears catalog, and he's modified the pickups in it, you know, at an early age. So it's not worth what it could be. But he's got one.
If you were to do specific, like certain improvements to it, could you get like hundreds of thousands of dollars for it?
No. Because improvements, even though they're improvements, actually take down the value of the collector's item.
Oh, I see. I see how that works. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Steven, for the question. Great question. So there's an opportunity there. I like it. Love the choices. Let's see. A phonic photon with a question. Where would you like to do a live show? Something like an arena, warehouse, coffee shop, or an NFL stadium?
Like outdoors, maybe in like a clearing where there's lots of nature.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. Or like a campfire show would be fun, with a big old bonfire nearby.
I know one of your songs would be perfect for that. I think you. I think you might know which one it is.
Maybe I might know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the campfire seems like a perfect fit for your music. I think that's a great call. I mean, there's no wrong. I mean, to say that implies that there's a bad call. There is no bad call here, but that's a really cool visual. I love it. I love it a lot. So, thank you for answering that. Lime, what's going on? How's it going? Hey, Lime. What kind of sandwich are we consuming? Oh, I shall show you. For a limited time, though, like McRib, you know, this is it. This is a beef and cheddar on toasted
This is
sourdough.
all that remains of my sandwich.
It looks good though. I like it.
It's gone now.
Yeah, and thank you. I'm not sure if Jerry's responding to the question or the sandwich, but thank you in both directions. So, welcome in, Lime. And by the way, feel free to ask a question tonight if you're in our chat tonight. Yeah, these are great. That's a great question. The question, thank you though. Absolutely. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Jerry. Steven with the next question. Is there a non-musician artist that moves you greatly and influences your original songs?
I like Dali. Salvador Dali's good. Yes, actually. Speaking of the word yes, Roger Dean, I believe. I just know him as the guy that does the Yes album art.
That's a good claim to fame, by the way. Out of interest, did he design? Is he the one that designed the Yes? Okay,
Roger Dean.
Roger Dean. Cool.
Yeah, he does. He did the cover art for Octopus for Gentle Giant, which is a great album cover, and he does all of Yes's album arts. So he does that sort of alien-esque landscape. It's really, really captivating. I love his art. He's one of my favorite artists.
Mm-hmm.
But I always forget his name because it's really close to some brain fart. Some other musician equipment guy that I also follow.
An equipment guy. Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good deal.
The words are breaking down.
No, you're good. You're good. Let's get to this question. Continue these questions. So, Steven, thank you for your question. A really, really good question. Honestly, I wouldn't have an answer. Like, if someone were to ask that question of me, like, I don't know enough artists to really have a feel for that. So it's cool that you did. I'm glad to hear that you have artists who inspire you too. Question from Ohio IT. Have you met any famous musicians? If so, who?
No, I haven't met any famous musicians, but I could probably meet Peter Frampton if I was in the right part of town because he lives near me.
Oh, okay.
I could probably find which grocery store he goes to, but that's a little stalkery, so let's not.
If you go up to him, will you ask him this for me? Do you feel like I do?
You had every chance not to go there, Davy.
Oh, that were that's completely fair. Stevens died in a fire, Davey. Fair, completely fair. Well,
how many times do you think he's been asked that question?
I can't even imagine.
Oh man.
Oh, it's like you had one job.
Taking the cheap shots, Davey. Let's go.
Oh man, good times. First of all, let's say hello to King Danbreaker, one of our cool mods in the chat. We also had Jamie in the chat, so our mods are showing strong support tonight. Welcome in. Swan Drive.
I saw King Danbreaker earlier today.
Nice. Super cool. Yeah, King's also a big supporter of Twitch music. It's always great to see our friend King around. King says, how many times do you think he has been asked that question just today? And
probably once at least by a family member.
So at least one.
I mean, not like a family member that he likes, because they all know not to ask it.
Right, fair. Yeah.
But maybe like a second cousin that comes around looking for money. I don't know. I don't know his family dynamic.
Yeah, no, I got you there. Frampton would just answer, "That's all right. That's all right. It's oh my gosh." You mean the? That's all right. That's all right. It's all right. Good times. Good times. Good times. That's great. That's a really good follow up to that, Ohio.
Yep.
That's funny. But aside from Mr. Frampton, like, is there anyone else you might remember who you? Oh, did you mention that already? Like, maybe you got into that.
Do what?
Is there anyone else that you have met? In addition,
No, I haven't met any. I haven't really met anyone famous.
okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. It makes sense. It makes sense. So Ohio, thank you for your question. Really funny though. Like, I love that you have the opportunity to potentially troll Peter Frampton.
Yeah, I do. I live within a short drive of him.
Okay. That's funny. That's funny to me. Now, I don't recommend that, folks. It's just a funny conjecture. Let's go back to the questions. And if anybody else wants to contribute to the questions, exclamation point question followed by the question itself. We'll go for about half an hour more. So right around, a quarter of the hour, we'll go ahead and wrap things up, and then we'll say goodbyes to Steggy for the moment. But stay with us. We're going to raid over to Steggy at the top of the hour, and then we'll get to keep the party going over there. It should be really fun. So for Steven asks, Steggy, if you could give your younger self advice about music streaming on Twitch, so how much, maybe like 2 years younger, it wouldn't be, or I guess, or maybe this would be asked way in the past, and it's like, okay.
Well, I guess get on here while the getting was good, in the full swing of the pandemic.
This is good. Yeah, for sure. Like, do it sooner rather than later. That's, yeah.
But, I'm here now, and I'm doing all right. So.
You are doing very much all right, like really all right, because like it's incredible how many people I know, big and small too, like within the paradigm of Twitch music, who've really spoken your praises, and it's really cool to see that. Like I feel honored to be consider yourself to be called friend, like that you call me friend anyway. That's really nice of you, and so yeah,
well, you're a friend. You're a good guy.
Well, thank you. Well, you are too.
I love hanging out with you, Davy.
Oh, it's always fun. Always a good time. It's always a good time. Yeah, and it's cool that we all have something in common. And remember we were watching Chef on Discord that one time. Boy, that's a good movie. That was like fun times. But thank you for the question.
I didn't get to stay and watch the whole thing though. I still need to go back and watch the rest of it.
Oh, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. It's such a good feel-good movie, and I mean, it's centered around Cuban sandwiches. Like, you can't go wrong. It's such a good movie.
A movie about sandwiches. Go figure.
I mean, you can see why it's one of my favorites. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
But Steven, thank you for your question. That's an interesting question for anybody. What would you say to younger versions of yourself with regard to Twitch? It's a good question. I think you're in a good spot for sure. Let's keep those questions rolling, friends. Let's see. Let me think. Is there anything I wanted to know about you that I don't already know? Let me see. What's your favorite season out of the year? And I mean, like, in terms of weather, or do you have, or is that
fall?
Fall? Nice.
Fall for sure.
Yeah.
I would say winter because I love like the snowy Christmas vibes. But I'm from Ohio, and it just rains. So
really? Oh.
Yeah, we don't get snow for Christmas, just depression.
Oh, that stinks. Well, just depression. That's fun. It is about that time of year though. Like Christmas music is about to come out on the radio if it hasn't already. I'm pretty sure it has.
Yeah, I know Mariah's climbing the charts already.
Oh no. Yeah. It's too bad. I know I've grew up loving that song, but now I completely understand why everybody hates it. Like I get it. It's just been played way too many times. Like I understand. I feel you. I get you. I totally get it. Like
if it got that kind of play year round, it would be the #1 song in the world. Like, if it just tracked that same sort of playability all year round, it would destroy the charts.
You're right. Like, I think you can't. I feel like the number is like when you're out and about, right? Like when you're walking around. I feel like it's like every 10 minutes you'll hear that song somewhere. You know, like in the store.
Some unsolicited Mariah, yeah.
Oh, very much
happens.
so. Very much so. Which contributes.
It's dramatic, but we get over it. We've got antidepressants for that.
Are there any songs like you do like from the Christmas season? Like anything that stands out to you?
Oh, I love Christmas classics. I just hate that song.
Oh, again, I defend anybody who makes that opinion, and many do these days. But
I love Don Henley's version of Blue Christmas.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I absolutely love I'll Be Home for Christmas. Come All You Faithful. Oh Holy Night. Oh Holy Night's probably my favorite one.
Ooh,
actually.
That's good. That's good.
There's a really good version of Reba McEntire singing that. And I'm not like a huge Reba fan, but I love her version of Oh Holy Night.
There are a lot of good ones. I was thinking like, who was it? Well, Mariah did that song, of course. I mean, it was really good to be, but yeah, that's.
Cool. I really like Dominic the Donkey.
I'm not judging. That's a fun one for me. I'm not judging. I'm down with it. I'm down with Dominic.
I love that song.
It's Lou Monte or get to the back or get out of the or get off the bus. Like I'm good.
When he does the chickadee ching, I lose my shit.
Yeah. That's great. Let's see. Home Free Acapella Group has a great Christmas album. I think I've heard of them. Not bad. Let's go to Steven's next question, which is there a story behind the hat on the wall behind you? Lie to me if necessary. Let's give that a look.
The hat on the wall. Lie to you, huh? Okay. So when I was 4 years old, I was lost in a Walmart, and I didn't know where my parents were, and I was sitting there in the frozen food section, just crying and drawing little sad faces on the window because the condensation, and a guy in a cowboy suit came up to me and wanted to make me feel better, so he gave me his hat and said, "Stop crying, partner. I get you." And then he led me out to find my parents.
I love it.
And that's the best story I could come up with on the spot. Either that, or it's just a hat that's been hanging here since my grandfather died.
Well, whatever version of that story you want to go with, that's an amazing story and very touching in both directions. So, we'll gladly take your story. Thank you so much, Steggy. Steven, thank you for your question too. Next to Ohio IT, what is your favorite band from Ohio?
I don't know a lot of bands from Ohio, or I don't know that they're from Ohio, so I would have to say October Ember, because
good answer.
I love them, and they're from Ohio.
Great answer. Those guys are fun. Shout out October Ember Music mods in the chat.
Oh yeah,
really fun bit channel. Like, give them a husband and wife. Do I think pretty cool?
Yes, they are soulmates, both in love and in music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm very, very jealous. Nobody should be that lucky. Yes, I'm talking to you, Jen and Kev. No, I adore them. They're absolutely amazing, and just watching them warms your heart.
Yeah, I mean, much respect to October Ember. They are really, really friendly people, too, friends. So do give them a follow and give them a listen, give them a go. Okay, so I can give you my favorite band from Ohio. Or if a couple, like Ohio Players, really fun. So obviously it's in the name of the group. I think the Pretenders are from Ohio. I think they're from Akron.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna still stick with my choice. I'm not a big Pretenders fan.
Okay. Devo. I'm a huge Devo fan, so I like them. They're from clearly.
Devo's not from Ohio, are they?
Yeah, no, serious. They are legit. They're from they went to Kent State. Like they yeah. Yep. Oh, I was just Chrissy's from Akron. Yep. I think there's a few others. I don't recall exactly.
You should just
who.
Google bands from Ohio.
Yeah, there's some good ones though for sure. Like
I think Great White was from Ohio.
There we go. I take your word for it on that one. I'm Googling bands from Ohio just to jog my memory. Oh yeah, the OJs. Yeah, those guys are good too. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yep. The Isley Brothers. That's cool.
Ooh, I love the Isley Brothers.
Yeah, those Isleys are awesome. 9 Inch Nails. Not a band, but Trent's from Ohio. Apparently.
Just the nails themselves.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Absolutely.
Outsourcing the hardware.
Oh my god, that's fun. Let's see. But yeah, a lot of really good ones. Country too, but don't really have a huge memory of who would be from Ohio. Oh, the James Gang is from Cleveland. That makes sense. That's right. Featuring the incredible Joe Walsh, who's from Columbus. How about that?
No way. Well, I'll trade Joe Walsh for Peter Frampton any day. I'm sorry, Peter, but it's just the way it is.
That's a solid decision on my end. Like I'll think I'll take. Oh yeah, Dave Grohl's from there too. Yeah, that's right. And Ohio makes the same point. So Black Keys, yep, pretty cool. Okay, thank you, Ohio, for your question. Really good. Okay, let's get to Steam Friend, who says, if you could send one song to an alien civilization that proved... Oh, hang on. Let me get this in here. That proved there was intelligent life on Earth, what would you choose?
That's a tough decision. That is a really tough decision. Obviously, it'd probably be something from Mozart, because he's just a compositional genius. But it's a tough call. It's a good call going with classical, though. I think that's really a marvelous call. Like, because you get music at its like highest level by sending a classical. Yeah. Mozart was really good with like counterpoint too. So that's one of my favorite ways of writing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty solid. Yeah, but picking one would be hard for sure. But thank you, Steven. Really good question. I guess it's fair to say, yeah. What do we got here? Oh yeah, the question. Did you see that?
Oh, the ongoing turf war. Okay, so this is not a simple A-B situation here, you know?
Right.
If you're going a three-way, it's Skyline all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going cheese conies, it's Gold Star. Because the consistency of the chili is easier to do on a bun. The Skyline is too thin, and it just eats right through the bun, and it's a mess. But the Gold Star chili like hangs inside without deteriorating the bread. But like Empress chili blows them both out of the water, so it doesn't really matter.
Ohio's question was Skyline or Gold Star. Now, why is chili such a big thing in Ohio? Like, what made chili such a popular thing?
We're on a high horse about something. I don't know. I don't get it. I prefer like Texas style chili anyway to Cincinnati chili. But if you're gonna do Cincy chili, then and if I have to pick Skyline or Gold Star, I'll probably pick Gold Star because I like cheese conies better than three ways.
Mm-hmm.
But Skyline has the better oyster crackers.
Okay, duly noted. I mean, I made my own three-way one time, because I have like Skyline chili packets you can use at home. But I don't really see. I don't see myself eating that regularly. Like, I don't like. I could use chili on spaghetti, or I could use marinara sauce on spaghetti, and I feel like that would be more satisfying. But it's a good change up, I guess. All right, so Miles, you can take care of that. Hey DFB, what's going on? Pinball, what's going on too? It's good to see you. Question: would you? Oh, we should put this in. What's going on, Pinball? Great to see you. Shout out, Pinball Sorcerer. And Ohio, thank you for your question. Like a lot of different types of chili out there for sure. Would you spice it up? Are you into spicy food? Like,
Okay. I mean, I'm not like pad thai spicy, but I'm like Mexican food spicy.
Okay. Well, I mean, there are definitely distinctions there.
Chinese food is the danger zone because it can be okay or it can be destructively hot. So, Chinese food is just too hard to know what level of spice you're about to get.
Right.
I mean, at least when you're in Thai food, you know the demon you're about to approach is wicked. So you can prepare yourself for it. The Chinese food, you take a bite of it and you're like, that's not too bad. You take another bite and you're like, I'm done.
Oh my goodness. I do hope I can get to Ohio one of these days so I can tell the difference between you said Gold Star, Skyline, and then what was the other one?
Empress chili's good.
Empress.
Blue Ash chili is actually really good. They have
Nice.
something there called chili lasagna.
Would
And
that
it's,
be okay. I'm listening.
So instead of like lasagna noodles, they have like a tortilla. And they fold in like the cream cheese and the chili to make a lasagna-esque sort of creation. And then there's just a whole shitload of cheddar cheese on top. And they serve it with garlic bread.
I think that could work. Because of the cheese content.
Oh, it works. It works.
I dig it. All right. So 2 more questions for you. First from Pinball Sorcerer. Would you say that most of your musical inspiration comes from the external world or from the self within?
So, if you mean the style that I write in, it's definitely from the external world. Because I get inspired by sounds of music that I hear. But the subject matter is definitely derived from my own personal emotions about things. Because when I think about songwriting, I think of it from a very emotional standpoint. Not rather like what I'm observing, but what I'm feeling about things.
That's great. I really love that perspective. And yeah, Pinball says, love the answer. Thank you for the question, Pinball. That's a great question. Yes, but good. Shout out Pinball Sorcerer. It's good to see you again, my friend. Keep those questions. We have time for another, I don't know. How much would you want to give? Like 10, 15 more minutes of questions?
We can go 10 minutes. I've got to do a couple things before stream.
Okay, so we'll give it like 10 more minutes, friends, and then and I'll stay on. We can continue doing questions and things on while I go solo. So Pinball, thank you very much for your question. Steven with the next question, which is Steven's question is your last meal. What would you choose?
Seafood, for sure. I'm a huge seafood fan. I love scallops, crabs, lobster, anything in the shell, really. Calamari, all the fishes. I haven't met a seafood I didn't like. I'm not a fan of raw things, though. Sushi, oysters, just any raw foods really is not my jam. But, yeah, definitely something seafood related.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, the cool, really neat thing about seafood is that it can span all sorts of different types of like there's so much variety just within seafood. So like, you said you don't want, you said you don't do raw, but would you do? I'm assuming you would do shellfish, yes, like crab and lobster.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cold foods, and with that goes raw foods too. So like, I'm not a big fan of cold oysters, where they chill them, and I'm not a big fan of sushi because I don't know, cold foods put me off a lot of times, except for a few specific instances. Like, I'll eat a mean egg salad like any normal adult.
Egg salad sounds good.
But
holy cow!
I've never been a fan of cold sandwiches. I like hot sandwiches. You know.
Yep.
Not a fan of raw vegetables. I like cooked vegetables.
Ah.
I mean, that's not to say that I can't enjoy a piece of raw broccoli dipped in ranch or something, but that's not my go-to. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mariko. Mariko, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. So good to see you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mariko.
Sorry for rushing that. I predict a riot. I predict a riot. Trying to get more rock and rolly with these endings. What is up, Mariko? Thank you so much for hanging out. How was your stream tonight?
If you want to talk about somebody with good musical influences, you guys need to check out Mariko Pollyanna.
Ooh, I like it. Mariko Pollyanna. That's a great promo. Mariko, thank you so much for the raid. It's nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us. My name is Davy. I'm a variety streamer based in Los Angeles. And each week we do an interview here on our show, The Sandwich Show, with a content creator. Tonight's guest is an incredible soul and a good friend, Steggy Music, who's joined us for this week. Nice to see you. If you're not following our friend Mariko Pollyanna, who does indeed have awesome music, please follow our friend. Shout out to Mariko Pollyanna. Thank you for the shout. Thank you, Pinball, for picking up the shout out. Give our friend a follow. Mariko's also playing games, also doing many cool things on stream, and is a great supporter. I would like to also say hello to Leaves of Oddity. Welcome in. Steven, thank you for the gift sub to Mariko Pollyanna. Thank you so much, my friend. Bert the Wayfarer and our friend Dan, a.k.a. Daniel Wayne. So good to see you, my friends. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for the raid. Scotsman from Hell. Ooh.
It's good old Waniel Dane.
Yeah.
It's Waniel Dane.
That's it. You must get that a lot. We would like to, if you'd like to ask a question of our friend, Steggy Music, use ! question followed by the question itself. And we'll cue that up in the next 5 minutes. We only have 5 minutes. So if you can get in a question quickly before we have to say goodbye to Steggy, and then we're going to raid over to Steggy at the top of the hour. So stay with us through the next few minutes, and we'll keep the party going on your channel, my friend.
It's the quickfire round.
Yeah, quickfire round. Let's go. Bird Milk, thank you so much for the follow. It's really nice to have you join our Sam fam. Thank you very much for your support. So the question from Steven Friend, this is it's a big one. Your last meal, what would you choose?
Didn't we talk about that?
Oh, we did. Did we? Well, the raid came in.
The seafood.
Oh, we did. Sorry.
That was the seafood raid.
That was seafood. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for clarifying. Yeah, that's right. So good stuff. Just to recap, Mariko says, I have my Davy sandwiches back. Yay! Well, we're glad. Enjoy the gifts, Mariko. It's really nice to have you here. So anybody else with a question for Steggy? Last call. Burned milk, that's what I call him too. Let us know how you would
burned milk.
Yeah.
How do you burn milk? I'm curious.
You could,
if you just logistically speaking, I'm wondering how that action occurs.
If you were trying to cook something and you put it on the stove, like you want to stir it to make caramel or something like that, you could burn the milk. So that's one way you could do it. Yeah, it would be somewhat feasible to burn milk, but it would take some very specific circumstances. Yeah. Ohio, great question. Steggy, what other hobbies do you have besides killing it on guitar?
So my big two passions are music and cooking. But other than that, I enjoy playing a nice video game occasionally. Or, watching an old 80s movie. 80s movies are my jam.
Nice.
Not because I grew up in the 80s. It has nothing to do with my bias. 80s movies are just better.
Do you watch the good ones and the bad ones? Do you watch, stuff like Bachelor Party and, Porky's and stuff like that?
I mean, I've seen Porky's. It's good fun, I guess. I'm more so I'm a big fan of Labyrinth.
Oh, okay.
Huge Labyrinth fan.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck is my jam.
Look,
nobody likes Howard the Duck but me. I swear.
I freaking love that movie.
That's wild. Yeah.
Back to the Future is great.
Of course.
But I think my favorite movie of all time is actually Aliens.
Oh, good one.
I was watching that since before I was even in school. I was, when it just came out, just like watching Aliens as a very young child. Seems weird to think about, but it was my favorite movie ever.
It's a good one, though.
I used to have this, the old laser tag rifle, the white one, and I would like turn it sideways and I would pretend it was the smart gun.
I love the creativity. That's really cool. Yeah. I saw Aliens.
Sigourney Weaver's a badass.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that was true from the jump. Aliens 1. Yeah. Aliens. I mean, Ghostbusters, I guess, but yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of movies where she was a badass. Let's continue. So Ohio IT, great question. Thank you for your question. And now let's round it out with 3 to go. We have to go fast. We only have 3 minutes, so let's see if we can do. And by the way, I love Goonies too. Big Goonies guy over here. Love Goonies. Big time Goonies. Yeah, it's a great pick for sure, Mariko. Okay, Leaves of Oddity question. I would love to know how Steggy developed his voice. Very talented.
Singing in the car, being told to shut up and still singing anyway. Singing along to Genesis and Alan Parsons and Supertramp from a very early age, and then Crosby, Stills and Nash, and then I joined the Zeppelin band, and I was not the lead singer, but when I was driving around, I had all the Zeppelin on the radio all the time, or the car stereo. So if I couldn't play the bass while I was on the way to practice, I was singing the songs on the way to practice, and that's how I developed my voice.
That is a story in itself. Like I think I remember you saying at one point that you were a bassist first, and then you did like guitar later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, actually, I started as a well, if you want the full history, I started as banging on a keyboard, piano with my He-Man sword. That was my very first musical interaction.
Well,
and after I got done with that, we had a piano in the house. I took up trumpet when I got to grade school, and then traded that for French horn. And then at the tail end of high school, I bought my first guitar.
Wow.
I was awful. I was very bad. I was undisciplined. I didn't practice, and I never went anywhere with it. And then at about 25, I decided I wanted to try and make a band. So I was going to get together and make this really bad band because I couldn't play guitar, but I wanted to play anyway. And then I got an email from my friend Greg, who was, I guess you would call him the leader of the band. He was sort of the manager. And he said, "Hey, I saw your ad for a guitar player. Would you be interested in playing bass for a Zeppelin band?" And I'm like, I don't have a bass, but I'm also not doing anything. So I replied yes. And I went and got a bass, and I learned how to play bass so that I could play Led Zeppelin. And I did not realize at the time that that was insane because John Paul Jones is one of the better bass players of the genre. And I apparently was just a natural-born bass player. I did that till my mid-30s. The band broke up, and I decided I wanted to keep pursuing music, but the only way to do that was a solo act. So I got myself an acoustic and rededicated myself to polishing up guitar, and that's where I'm at now, just improving every day.
Love that. Love that. And boy, it's sounding really great. And just a quick note for those of you joining us late, like we will hear some of this in just a few moments. We're going to go right over to Steggy and catch the sound ourselves firsthand. So that's a good thing. Thank you so much, Leaves of Oddity, for your question. Okay, let's see if we can get these quickly in the last minute. Steeman's question is, okay, I'm going to give you both of them at once. So Steeman's question, if you could offer a part of your passion to inspire the next generation, what would you share? And Ohio's question is favorite National Lampoon's movie. Dan Wilder.
Okay. So to share a part of my passion to inspire the next generation, I would say listen to Genesis. Listen to every single album of Genesis because every single member of the band is fantastic. And it's my favorite band on the planet. To answer the National Lampoon's question, it's Vacation all the way.
Original Vacation. Classic.
Yeah,
Classic.
Just the vacation movie is it's the best.
Classic. For sure. Iconic.
European Vacation comes in second. I'm actually not a big fan of Christmas Vacation. I like parts of it, but as a movie, like stacking up in the hierarchy, it just falls flat.
Interesting. Yeah. It's interesting because, like, I can see the argument because they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. So they don't go anywhere. But I do like it a lot. I think it's one of my personal favorites. So I think you can. It's a relatable movie in a lot of ways, but I understand where you're coming from too, because like the other ones are wackier. Like, you know, Original Vacation was nuts. So
Yeah, the Original Vacation is my favorite, and then European Vacation is definitely the one after that.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Vegas Vacation at all, so like that one will go as far down the list as I could possibly find.
Reasonable. Yeah. I mean, at that point, it was just kind of they were just kind of trying to milk the brand at that point, so it was a little different. So cool. Steggy, this has been so much fun. Ohio, thank you. Steven and Pinball and Leave of Oddity and everybody else who sent in questions, Aphotic Photon as well. Thank you so much for your input tonight. It's really great to hang out with all of you. Steggy, thank you so much for doing this. It was really fun to hang out with you as well. Best wishes on your show.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show.
You got it. Have a great stream tonight. We'll catch up with you in just a few minutes, and I hope it's a great show.
Yep.
Take it easy.
All right, I'll see you soon.
See ya. Bye, Steggy.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I mean, bye. No, bye. No, not everybody. You all, Steggy will saying goodbye to Steggy. Thank you for the follow, Leaves of Oddity. So nice to have you here. Appreciate you. Yeah, let's go ahead and chat a little bit more. We'll do a little bit of a recap before we head over to Steggy's channel. That was really fun. That was really fun. Steggy's a really fun guy. I think that's pretty clear when you chat with him. So, you've seen it on stream, and we've seen it again here, as we do it in close proximity. Bert says, thank you, Davy and Steggy, for the interview. Absolutely. And as we were saying, if DFB, thank you for the claps. Oversight Mod, thank you for the claps too. OM, welcome in, by the way. Good to see you, OM. How's it going? Pinball says, by the way, love the shirt. Well, thank you very much. This is actually what I intended to wear for Thanksgiving, but our family had mutually decided, particularly our cousins, that we were going to do a casual Thanksgiving this year. So we were just wearing pajamas and t-shirts, and I'm like, cool, let's do it. So this shirt I just wound up getting around to it today. So, yeah, I like the shirt too. It's a nice shirt. So, hey, Alistair, what's going on? Damn it. Fuck. I mean, honestly, it was we were 85% of the way through the stream now. All right. Well, it's good to see you, Alistair. Welcome in. Shout out to Alistair UK. Oh, so close. So close. All right, let's do this for you. I just swore. Yep. I do swear a lot when I do the gaming streams. It's really interesting. All right, so we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna do this one. There's another one here too, but we'll kick that to the curb for the night. This bean is going to be either dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. Hey, Penguin, what's going on? So good to see you. Alright, it's early. Fuck you, Davy. Okay, thanks. Alright, here we go. Oh, dead fish. Oof. Oh, thank you for the follow, Scotsman from Hell. So nice to meet you. Can we give a shout out to the Scotsman from Hell as well? Ugh. There you go, Alistair. Kudos to you. Nice pull. Thank you for the redeem. Nailed it. Well done. Let me make sure I'm following the Scotsman from Hell as well. I'm not sure if I am. So let's fix that. But thank you so much for your follow, my friend. Let me get you a follow. And away we go. There you go. I could have sworn I was following, friend. Well, better late than never. You're good. Thank you so much, though, for the follow, Scotsman. Let's see. Alistair says, sorry, I've been pulled all over the place, but I was looking. Oh, you're good, too. Nice to see you, by the way, Alistair. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you're very welcome, Scotsman. Absolutely. We love to promo our friends here. Thank you so much for hanging out. So we'll keep an eyeball on the stream. We will raid at 11 o'clock. Now, I saw Jamie had bet on the Bears. Jamie's one of our mods, so Jamie does like to do prop bets during each Monday Night Football game. And the prop tonight was Bears first to get in the red zone. It looked like they won. I'm not sure if they did. It looks like they got in the red zone first, so Jamie probably won that bet. I'm not exactly sure. But if you want to share some anecdotes about Steggy music, you are absolutely welcome to here in the chat for the remainder of the stream tonight. And Steven, thank you so much for your gift sub to the Scotsman from Hell. Leaves of Oddity says, I think the game's still underway. It is getting down to the end. I think we're in the fourth quarter in that game. And the Bears surprising everybody with the lead, or at least at last check. Oh, now they're not. Okay. Not anymore. But they were. But here's what's amazing here. Stuart, are you still with us? Stuart? Are you still with us? Stuart, I think you'll appreciate this. The Bears up by a point. And you know what that means. That means that you are... Alistair says, I gotta do a VC and roast Davy. He might cry, though. We'll save that for the roast stream. Team says, as a Packer fan, I never thought I'd say this. Let's go Bears. I get it. Division, playoff implications. Yeah. I totally get it. Let's go see. This is a really big moment. Because if the Vikings win by a point, Stuart is going to end up with a really, really good night. Let me just put it that way. So, I'm not sure how much of this I'm allowed to get into on the stream, but Stuart, we're rooting for you. Needless to say, there's a bit of a hedge involved that Stuart has with the Bear spread and the Vikings, the Vikings to win the game outright. So if it's a Vikings close win, and I mean like 1 or 2 points, it's going to be a good day for our friend Stuart. And that, well, I don't want to jinx it, but this is looking rather interesting here. Put this on the phone. Wait, this is not up to date. Wow. Slap the Bears, says Leaves of Oddity. Leaves says, let's go Vikes, KC fan here. Implications all over. Leaves of Oddity, question for you. I follow the league as well, and I'm a big football fan over here, and I would like to pick your brain about the Chiefs, who are playing said Packers on Sunday next week, and that's quite a matchup. I mean, I know who you're rooting for in that game. That's a big... it's interesting because the Packers have improved a lot since the beginning of the season. Like, what's your feel for the Chiefs going into that game? And Steven, the Packer fan, says, go easy on Packers next week, okay? These games get really intense late. This is getting very, very interesting. Leaves of Odyssey says, I'm nervous every week. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean... These games are also close, you know? We aren't putting teams away like years past. Correct. But one thing about that Chief team is that the defense has been... It's a lot better. So, pretty good stuff. Alistair, are you going to host a roast stream one of these days? I would love to participate in that. That would be really fun. Do it in reverse. It would be hysterical. Like it. Leaves says it switched. Our defense is usually an audit liability for years until late. Absolutely. Uh-oh. It's fourth down It is fourth down, Minnesota. Chiefs are going to Green Bay Sunday night next week. I wonder what they're going to do here. They could try a field goal from that distance. The Vikings are currently at their own... At their own? No, they're at the Bears 45. Would you try a field goal from there? I mean, me personally, no. I'm biased though. I'm rooting for Stewart's for interests tonight, but yeah. How was your Thanksgiving, everyone? Did you guys any culinary highlights or other highlights during your Thanksgiving weekend? Let us know. We'd love to hear what you ate or what you did. Yeah. Arrowhead is rough for visiting teams. Yep. Although it was very kind to Philadelphia last week. It was a huge win for the Eagles that week. The Vikings have chosen to punt. That keeps Stewart's Venn diagram situation alive. Oh yeah, I was just curious as to if you were thinking of doing like a roast stream on your channel too, like because if you remember the one we did with Alistair, and Alistair was participating in a roast stream of our friend Firelord Critch, aka my cousin, and it's good times. So, yep. Leave says our stadium brings it. Eagles beating us was tough. Yeah. But yes, do share any and all food highlights you had. Alistair says 100% I'll stream it when we both get a date sorted. Oh, okay. I should probably work on that. Again, I should probably work on that at some point. It's the time slots are what I'm not keen on. Like, I know, like, for you, it's either really late or really early right now. So I do want to use a more friendly time zone for you. Like, a more friendly time for your time zone. Since you're probably 8 hours of difference from me. Lizavati asks, what's your go-to dish, Davy? And are you a turkey or ham guy? I mean, to ask that question as a general question is a tough question. Because, like, I think there are versions of turkey I really love. Like, on Thanksgiving, I'm a turkey guy all the way. Ham, I feel like, is more of a Christmas food. So I tend to do a ham on Christmas time or other parts of the winter. So for Thanksgiving, I would say turkey. Yeah. I don't think there's a wrong answer though. I've seen many people who are big ham people, and I'm with it. Anytime from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. is okay for me. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. That's about my stream time? Oh, okay. Well, that works out. Cool beat. Thank you. Finball says small Thanksgiving dinner here. No one cared for a main dish, so we all just had sides. Everyone was happy. Huh. There's a lot of variety in that, Finball. I can dig that, yeah. Let's see. Leaves of Oddity. Our family has sworn off turkey. Too many years of dry turkey. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's hard to get right. It's hard to get right, so I can see where you're coming from in that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I might have tried to make a turkey one time. I don't remember how good it was, but it's a lot of work. Yeah. All right. Okay. So we're about 5 minutes away from our raid over to Steggy Music. So just a couple of reminders before we do the raid tonight. I'd like to remind you that at a date to be determined, I haven't figured it out yet because I can't figure out my own schedule, but I'm going to attempt an affiliate minus push, which is basically, since I obviously am not in position to be a partner anytime soon, we'll go the upper direction. We'll be affiliate minus, and we'd love to have you there. So basically, the premise is I'm gonna start a stream. We'll do pretty much whatever we want to do. We'll do gaming. We'll do music. We'll do chatting, wherever the mood takes us. And the stream will either be the shortest stream in the history of our channel or the longest stream in the history of our channel. And the length of the stream depends on how many people are in our chat. So whenever we get a new peak for like concurrent viewers on stream, we will add time to the length of the show. So whoever's joining us at the beginning when we're doing our starting soon screen will set the tone for how long the first part of the show is going to be. And if no one's there, then we'll have a 5-minute stream. It'll be quite magnificent. And that would be the shortest stream in the history of the Sandwich Show. But we'll find out. So when I'll figure out the date. We'll announce it on Discord. It'll be really fun. And we can do a lot. We can do a lot. We can do a lot with that. Like, I was thinking maximum 24-hour stream. So I calculated how many people you would need to do that. You would need to have 288 people in the chat or more to max out the 24-hour stream. So, I mean, that's probably very unlikely. But hey, it would be fun to see how far it went. You count gifted subs bits in seconds. Yeah. That would be crazy, Pinball. Yeah, I mean, I do have to really suss all that out. I do want to make sure there's no loophole in there. But it would be really fun to do. I would start it at 9 a.m. my time or 12 o'clock Eastern. Do the math before I commit. Yeah. It's not going to be the gifted subs though. Like, the subs will not count towards that. It's literally just the CCBs. Like, that's because the problem if you incorporate subs and bits into that, it would, like you said, anybody could just jump in there and like smash the record really fast. So I will probably consult with many people on that and figure out what we'll do. Okay. Alistair, have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much. Alistair says, well, I gotta reply to chat messages, etc. So let me know when you do the roast stream and we'll organize the duel. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, can do. It might be a few months off, but I'm definitely not gonna forget about it. So thank you, Alistair. Can we give a shout out one more time to Alistair UK? Yeah, I always gotta be prepared for that 50 sub gift bump. Yeah. Yeah, no, subs will not extend the time at all because I like you said, like, it would be really, one could blow that up very quickly. Yeah, so as much as I would appreciate a 50 sub bomb, like, that would be crazy. Yeah, Twitch math is hard. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the chat, Pinball. Okay, it's time to go. Can we give the month some love, please? Thank you so much for your help tonight, including Pinball, our honorary mod of the evening, although not an official mod, but really great to have the shout outs. Thank you, Pinball, for your help tonight. Let's give it up to our friend Steggy Music. If you want to learn more about Steggy Music, just click on the handle in our chat and you can find out more about him. And the Vikings still have the same score, 10-9, and the Bears are down to their last 2 plays. We'll see how that goes in the end. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We're going to start the raid to Steggy Music. Please enjoy our friend's channel and give Steggy a follow if you're not already. It's incredibly good music. You won't regret it. Thanks to Steggy again for the stream, for hanging out with us as well in our chat, in our collab. Now let's go catch his music. It's really good. Y'all, enjoy. I should be back on Wednesday, but I'm not 100%. But I believe I will be back, and we'll go do the Golf with Your Friends thing on Wednesday night. Penguin, thank you so much for joining us. Let me give you a shout out too before we go. Take care of my good friend. Penguin streams Golf with Your Friends as well. Steeman streams Rocksmith. Y'all, have a great night. Let's go hang out with Steggy. Let's stay through the raid. We'll have a good time. Get the raid calls in the chat. There you go. And we'll go hang out with Steggy Music. Take care, everybody. We'll see you there. Good night. See you soon. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.